Hi guys, welcome to SCC Math. Today we're going to be going over division, but the problem we're going to be working on is we're going to be given a picture and we have to figure out which division equation the picture represents. And there's like 3 different ways I'm going to show you to do it. First we're going to start with our sports section. We're going to answer it with the balls. Then we're going to go to our black dot section. And then we're going to go to this graph section, or the white cube section. So starting over here with our soccer balls, how do we figure out what this picture is trying to tell us? Well, we can do like we did for multiplication and count the sides up and down and then side to side. So let's do that. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 rows. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 columns. So you can find out which division problem we're working with by using multiplication. So we know 4 times 4 is 16, right? So we're going to look for the problem that has a 16 in it. So we know it's not C because that's just a 12 and a 4. So these have 16 in the problem, and then we look that the other number needs to be a 4, because that's what was in the multiplication problem. So we would know that the answer is A. This picture is showing us 16 divided by 4. Another way you can do it is by just counting one of the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then counting the total number of balls that you see in this picture. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we know there's 16 soccer balls in total, and they're divided into 4 rows. So that's one other way you can get your answer. And then the final way is by skip counting. So if we know there's 4 in each column, we can just skip count. We know that's 4. If we skip count, this would be 8. And then we'd go to 12. And then we go to 16, right? This would be a total of 16 balls. So we know there'd be a total divided by the number that's in one side. So the total is 16 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 balls. Or you can do the other way. 16 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 balls. So that's where we're going to get that. So I'm going to put it right here, and you guys can pause the video if you want to answer them at home. And I know it's kind of confusing, but remember, we can always, for the division problems, we're going to get the total and divide it by one of the sides. So find out how many footballs there are, and then divide it by either the number on this side or the number of footballs on that side. Same right here. Total number of tennis balls divided by either the number of rows or the number of columns. And we're going to have another one to practice, all right? They're all the same type of problem, just different pictures. So with our black dots here, we want to find out the total, right? So the quickest way to find out the total is to do multiplication. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So you know there's 5 rows times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 7 columns. So if we do that multiplication, we know that there's 35 total. So we can look for the equation that has 35 in it. So we see that C has 35, and it's being divided by 5. So let's count the rows to see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is true. There are 35 black dots being divided into 5 rows, all right? So the answer would be C. And here are the other 2 problems I want you to work on at home. And you can pause the video to work on them. And remember, you can work on them on a separate sheet of paper as well. Remember, we want the total number of black dots divided by the number of rows or columns. Total number of dots divided by rows or columns. All right, and our final one, I have like writing all over it, so don't worry about that. But again, we need the total number of blocks divided by either the rows or the columns. All right, and a row goes left to right, and a column goes up and down. All right, so the rows are these going left to right, and columns are these going up and down. All right, so let's get the total. So I already counted them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know there's 6 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. So the equation we have here is 6 times 7, right? So we know 6 times 7 equals 42, right? So now knowing the total amount of blocks, we can look at the answers and see which one includes 42. It'd be A, right? And it's divided by 6, and we have 6 columns. So that's how we know A is the right answer. All right, here is your last 2 problems that you can pause the YouTube channel and work on as well. Just remember, we want to find out the total number of white blocks, and we're going to divide that by one of the sides. Total number of the blocks, and then divide it by one of the sides. All right, guys, and as always, if you need any help, reach out to your parents, reach out to your teachers, all right? This is another session of SEC Math. Good job! See you next time.